right, well, welcome back to another exploration. This is my last stop in Unit 24. I'm at an interesting crossroads here, literally, because that goes off to where I went to the center of Unit 24, and this crossroads right here goes down to another boat ramp. And if that looks familiar, it's because this is actually the backside of the pit that I fished. It's in the center of Unit 24. It goes down, turns the corner, and goes back. But looking at this, it looks an awful lot like what I fished the other day. I mean, shallow, lots of weeds growing out. So, pretty good parking area. But anyway, on this side, this is where I'm going to be fishing. Notice the difference between water clarity. Looks dark and clear. Looks freer of weeds, without a doubt. And a little on the dingy side. So, two completely different kind of pits as far as that goes. This has got a nice boat ramp. Oh, by the way, there was somebody here. Let's see, I was here 2 days ago, and there was a guy that launched a aluminum bass boat in this pit. So apparently you can do that. And it's got a steep boat ramp, I'll give it that. Straight into the water. So you probably don't have to back too far in there to get it off your trailer. But anyway, this is the pit. It has some of that weed growth that comes out from the bank, not very far, and I'm assuming drops off pretty good. Some places where there's some wood in the water there. This goes back, and I think right back on the left hand or the right hand side there's an arm that goes off to the east, and then that just goes straight on back. So we're gonna try to cover as much of this as we possibly can. I think it's going to be one of those days, since we have stained water and the weeds along the bank like well, a lot of the pits have had. I'm just going to go with the buzzbait. I bought a new whopper plopper, and I may use it, but you know, that's more a sitting still in one spot kind of working it. So I think I'm going to be using my buzzbait for the majority of this, and we're just going to launch this rig and get trolling along the bank so you can see what it looks like, and I can too. So let's see what we got here. All right, well, let's see, it is 11:54 almost high noon, and I'm just getting started. So yeah, that boat ramp comes off pretty steep. It shows concrete. I was kind of crunching my paddle into gravel is what it felt like. But like I say, I do know that, and that is steep. There's a guy that he launched his aluminum bass boat out of here yesterday, so, and I know I can launch this out of here. But that was kind of interesting. I went to get started, and the trolling motor didn't do anything. It made no sound whatsoever. Had to go get my wrench and readjust it, tighten it down. Positive side wasn't really doing what it was supposed to. But man, there is absolutely no kind of wildlife going on. No birds chirping. I did see like a coot or something. Those little water birds swimming along. But, you know, like I say, well, this is exploration, so whether the fish are active or not, I'm going to show you what this pit looks like, what it has to offer as far as structure goes. Dingy water. Very dingy water. All these pockets here and all these weeds, man, it's just really great cover for bass to be hanging out. I got their attention. Wow, tough crowd. Oh, pine tree, how about that? See those very often. Okay, so I've buzzed my way all the way up the shore from the boat ramp. Nice little brush pile right here. Then it goes up here. I guess it goes on down a ways before I get to that other part that takes off to the east. But as long as it's going to be looking like this, I know I haven't had any bites on my buzz, but I'm going to keep on throwing it. Because just I have a feeling that somebody's gonna want it. And I think from the structure of this, it won't be a very small bass either. All right, so I'm gonna go with my deep diving lure, do a little exploration and see how deep it really is. I mean, it looks like it's deep. Like I can get away with throwing this next to the bank without getting too many weeds. That came up clear. But since they're not hitting my buzz bait, I'm just going to go ahead and throw this and see what happens. Hey, there's a snake going across right down there. Awesome. Haven't seen one of those in a long time. And the last time that I went fishing and I saw a snake going across the water, I caught a really nice sized bass. Or two. Anyway, speaking of which, I've not caught a single one, haven't even had a hit. Nary a tap. But I don't know if you can see it, but there's a boat ramp way back there, and I buzzed my way up to about the corner there, and I've crankbaited my way around here. Nice little tree in the water back there. And I'm just going to continue to crankbait my way along here. As you can tell, there's really nothing as far as structure that's really stands out. I mean, it's all just pretty much a slow curved bank with weeds coming out. I mean, right there, I would be throwing a buzzbait at that and just expecting to get hammered by a bass. But it is right now 12:19. I don't know if they're going to start serving lunch here pretty soon and fish are going to get active, or if they're taking the midday off because there's going to be that storm coming in this evening and tonight and tomorrow. And they're just not feeling it, still under the high pressure thing right now. Who knows? But I will keep cranking away here and see what I can do. Well, how about this? They do exist. Yeah. Cranking along. Got it right by the boat. I don't know. I'd say he wanted that. Wow. Dang. That's wild. He got it in his mouth. I hooked his belly. Wow, look at that pretty fish. My goodness. Wow. Thanks, buddy. You're a beautiful fish. Yes, you are. Okay, I guess I'm back to fishing the buzzbait. I was just getting ready to show you the arm, and that happened. Okay, so boat ramp back there. That happened right here, right on the corner, the point. And then, as you can see, it goes way on back there. Kind of just like what it has been. Man, that was awesome. It smoked it. So, coming around that corner, you got this neat tree in the water here. This channel that goes back. Neat little pond back in there. I actually meant to be fishing this point before I got up on it like this. And then it turns around and comes around another point. And another point. Another point. Oh, heck yeah. I'm starting to get the point. This could be a really great place to fish. Oh wow, look at this. Holy cow, that goes way on back in there. Man. That's amazing. I thought it was just a little indent. So there's these first two coves go way back in there. And the water in this pit's down about 2 feet as well. So if it was up to normal level, wow, this would be, I think I'd be at this pit a lot. All the mile. So I just have to try the old buzzbait around here. I've been using the crankbait, but I know there's brush in the water, there's weeds in the water. Should be bass in the water. Somebody willing to smoke it like that last one did. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about going all the way to the back because the shoreline's basically the same all the way there and down this other side. Fairly deep drop off, lots of matted, oh heck, lots of matted vegetation where bass can be back in there. I mean, it's awesome. But it's exactly been, well, almost 1 hour. It's still about 4 minutes away from being a complete hour that I've been on the water. And I've come this far. It's the main pit out there. So I'm just going to go down this bank, casting my crankbait. See if I can get anything. I'll be going with the wind, so save me a little battery too. Look at this little cove. Again, keep in mind this pit's about 2 feet down, at least 2 feet, maybe more, maybe 3. Look at this thing. Goodness gracious. Now I gotta try my buzz, right? See, if the water was up about 2 feet, that would be a nice little shallow cove. Probably get some bass on beds in this area right here. There's a nice big body of water back there. I was thinking this would connect up to it as well, but not sure it will. Again, a nice little cove. The water was up. Not that it goes back that far, but okay, so I've just come out of that long arm. There's a boat ramp down there, So I've been down that long arm, coming back out around the corner. It doesn't go back very far before you get to the end of this. And let's see, it's 1:23. So I fished for an hour and 23 minutes. Look at that. Look at that, I say. Man, chatterbait or a jig and a trailer. Got some brush right here. Nice little rock hanging over the edge right there. Nice pit. All right, so this is all the way to the back. Neat little pocket back in there. Shallow spot. If the water was up, it wouldn't be so shallow. Got these trees right here. And I am going to go ahead and head on back this bank all the way to the boat ramp. Okie dokie. Well, I've made it to the back. Whopper ploppered my way a little ways instead of buzzbaiting it. That's a great whopper plopper, man. It's got some plop to its whop. But I'm going to go ahead and use the old crankbait. Head on back. Definitely a nice big tree in the water that goes out right there. Right across from that arm right there. But this really does drop off nice and deep. I have not had any problems bringing back weeds, and I'm not casting them that far from the edge of the visible weeds. And we got another one. Little guy. My lure's not giving me the big ones that it normally does. That's okay. You liked it. That's all that matters. But we got just this kind of shoreline fish all the way back, so see if I can catch something on this deep diving crankbait other than a tree. Clouds are coming in, that's kind of nice. We'll see what happens. Check this out. Came out and got that from the bank. He sure did. Oh. Hi, buddy. Charging out from the bank to get that. So anyway, look at this. Wacky rig, Texas rig worm, drop shot, whatever. Just, man. Yep. Yeah. I think that'd be a good idea. Heck yeah. Whoa. How about that? I thought it was hooked a little bit better than that. Well, I like this pit. It's 2:32, so 2.5 hours almost on the dot it took to go all the way down and around. Well, not all the way, because I did cut that one arm a little short, but what do you think? Have you seen enough to convince you that yes, you definitely need to get out here and try this pit? Hopefully, because man, I like it. I know that there's got to be some nice ones in here. I mean, I caught a couple of dinks, but a couple were pretty good. But I'm thinking there's like 4 and 5 pounders in here easily. So anyway, that's the last pit in Unit 24 that I'll be fishing. Next time out, I don't know when that's going to be, but it will be in a different unit. Unfortunately, there was some tragic news about Dad and his son went fishing in these pits, bank fishing, and the dad slipped in. Now, said he was like 80 years old, and unfortunately couldn't get back out. And if you look at these pits, or the shorelines, they do drop off pretty good. And if you don't know how to swim, it may be a good idea to, if you're going to be fishing, along the bank of a pit that drops off like a lot of these do, and you can't swim, it may look a little unusual to be wearing a life jacket while you're fishing from the bank, but it could save your life. So be real careful. Speaking of bank fishing, this pit here really doesn't have any. I mean, you could go over there and fish a little bit, but right here you got too much stuff in the way to try to get anywhere. Just fishing off the boat ramp is about all that you have that you could, work with. But weekend rolls around and your kid doesn't know what to do and they're all bored and stuff. Pretty good idea to take them out to one of these pits here that has good bank fishing and let them have at it. Get them hooked on fishing. So they'll be out here in the great wide open instead of at home on technology. Which, I got to go home and get on technology so I can download all this stuff and turn it into YouTube video. But anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. I really appreciate that. Check out my videos on rental places around here in case you don't live in the area, but you see these videos and you'd like to come down. I've put together 3 videos on 3 different places. I got another one that's in the making. Really nice places to stay right here in the heart of everything, West Mineral area. So give that a thought. Until next time though, take care, be careful if you go fishing, and enjoy the great outdoors and this wonderful resource called the Mineland Wildlife Area. Bye.